walking along this abandoned rail line, Mount Hope, the abandoned stretch of the Dunloup Creek branch line, which used to go up to Kilsite and Oswald and Price Hill. Used to go almost to Beckley. Yeah, this little piece of the video I kind of had to remove the sound from because all the dogs in the distance barking. If I didn't, all you'd hear is woof, 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 the whole video. But that's where the rail crossing used to be. Well, technically it's still there, it's just paved over, and it dead ends up the road a little piece. And there's a weird spot, 2 rails next to each other. Which is weird because the rail on the opposite side is still there, it's just you can't see it because of the dirt. And this is also the floodplain where burning out all the houses. Because I point that out at a few spots in the video where the houses used to be. And the government's been buying everything out because of flooding. It's actually a nice little area to hike and walk. So it's a beautiful area. There's where the signal tower used to be. Well, for the railroad crossing. Not the signal tower for the trains, but the signals. Because at one time they had the lights and bells for this crossing. To warn people when trains were coming. And at one time there's a lot more houses over this way, I'll point out in a minute. Now through here there's a big house in the grass hill. I remember when they demolished it, 2013, 2014, something like that. In fact, there was a lot of houses along West Virginia Street and Snyder Avenue, and I can't think of the name of the other street right now. Even Delaware Street, which is on the opposite side of the Dunloup Creek, had a lot of houses. You can see the whole stretch there. It's just, except for a few houses here and there that didn't sell. For the most part, all the houses are gone. But yet it still floods like crazy and still rains like crazy when we get enough rain. Don't flood as bad as it used to. Before I bought the houses, the flooding used to be a lot more common. But over there's my cousin had a house over that way, and there was like 5 or 6 houses in this lot filled here. It does look weird when you follow these streets, because you just see a bunch of back streets all over the place and very little houses. But they head over here where the rail line is and follow the rail line. That's the main purpose of the video.
Oh, switch stand built by Bethlehem Steel.
Switch stand made by Bethlehem Steel. Bethlehem Steel was famous back in the day. They used to make a lot of railroad stuff. Come think of it, they used to make a lot of stuff for different railroad companies. The switch stands, a lot of the steel rails. In fact, look at a lot of the older rail on the abandoned now the surface rail lines usually says Bethlehem Steel. The newer rails just says Beth Steel. I forget what state Bethlehem Steel is in. I want to say Pennsylvania. I know it's a big company at one time. And this is where the rail yard starts.
That's still across there.
And that little bridge over the creek.
It rained for like 3 or 4 days and everything's still running kind of high.
Spotting the way.
The creeks and streams, well, they're not up that much, but they're up a little bit. It's just rained that much lately.
Walking along the abandoned stretch of the Dunloup Creek branch line again. You can see where a bunch of houses used to be through there too. Yeah. This stretch on the other side of those trees was interesting to walk across, just for the simple fact. The drain pipe that drains the water underneath the tracks is stopped up. Caved in, stopped up something. All the water runs across the tracks now. You'll see what I mean here in a second. Of course, there's no reason to keep using it for them to clean it out, is what I'm trying to say, because the train no longer comes through here. So there's no reason to keep the track maintained. I talked to somebody to tell me they got plans to remove this rail line completely. So I've been hearing that since 2013 though, and it's 2024 when I filmed this video. I filmed this video in March of 2024. It'll be April by the time you see it though. Yep. This twisted track falls so close to the creek bank here. And up here I turned around a few times trying to spot the creek again. Because when I was walking through here, I could see the creek through the trees and upstream a little ways. And then when I kept trying to spot the camera, I couldn't focus and find and see it again. Funny thing about it, you see something when you try to point out the video, you can't see it again because you're trying to point out in the video. Well,
yesterday I noticed walk through here, I could see the creek around the curve there. Now I'm trying to find a spot where I could actually zoom in because, well, not so you can see the creek here, I mean, Captain Obvious. But there's one spot where I was able to see it upstream a little ways from down here. I was trying to find it so I could zoom into that spot. But I'm gonna miss the train if I keep trying to do that. They'll be here soon. Well, not in this line. Yes, I'm being Captain Obvious there.
Here's an interesting spot. There's a crossover where the two lines cross each other, like a switch stand. Huh. Well, the switch stand's gone, but there's a crossover between different tracks in a small rail yard here. Even though the switch is still there, I don't know what happened to the switch stand. I just came down here one day and it's gone. But I'm almost to the part where the freight depot used to be, a little bit farther up here. Right up here, I point out where the bridge used to cross. At one time, there was a little footbridge. It was just wide enough to drive a car across that went across the creek there. And the White Oak Railway is just on the other side behind that fence. Of course, that stretch of track was moved in the late 80s. A lot of it was moved in the 50s. But look how far down the creek is. It had to come up a good 20 feet to get there. Which is interesting because most places in the floodplain, the creek comes up like 5 feet. It's overflowing, and it's not unusual for them to creek up a good 8, 9, even 10 feet when we get a lot of heavy rain. And when the ground's cooler starts, right? I don't think it's flooded really bad since February of 2023, and I'm filming this in March of 2024. But then I walk up through here and point out a couple spots, places I've been. Well, those of you that follow me on YouTube for a while, you've probably seen this rail line in a lot of my videos, but I do come here a lot because I can literally walk down the hill from my house and I'm here. It's one of the reasons I go to Thurman and Prince so much, because Thurman and Prince, it's 15-20 minutes drive to Thurman, a 15-20 minute drive to Prince. So both locations I go to a lot. Of course, a lot of places here in Mount Hope I just walk to because they're so close to a house. And when the weather's nice, they're fun to walk. Lots of fallen trees on this stretch. If you notice how that green everything's getting, which is funny because when I filmed the time I filmed this video, usually stuff's not getting green and leaving out and growing this good. Just like to point that out. I also like to point out I'm gonna be super busy this summer, so I don't know how much I get to film for my
Way up
YouTube.
there.
Look how green everything is in March. I think up here I walk across the bridge and then I end the video because I heard a train in the distance, so I went over to the active line after I crossed the film after I crossed this bridge, which is on the other side of the apartment complex at Midtown, so it wasn't that far away. Which is funny because when the train's coming and crosses Main Street crossing, it can sound like it's coming right at you. And trying to walk across the bridge while filming and taking pictures at the same time is not easy. Just saying. Hope everybody enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe to all those trains. And I'll keep the videos coming. Maybe not, as time goes on, I won't be able to upload as much as I do now, but I'll upload when I can. Thanks for watching, everyone. Ooh, Easter lilies.